great way to start our day. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this very special event. Now, most importantly, this is a day for students to walk across our stage and become graduates of BCIT. But this is also a day for all of you, families and friends who join us to celebrate these accomplishments. My name is Julia Foy. I'm a faculty member in the Broadcast and Online Journalism program, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies this morning. Now, I would first like to acknowledge that our campuses are located on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish nations of Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh. I would also like to acknowledge our interpreters joining us on stage today, Jillian and Rebecca. Now, a little housekeeping before we start. We do have a professional photographer here with us today from Artona. Now, 2 professional photos will be taken of each graduate immediately after they cross the stage. Image previews, along with optional order information, will be emailed and mailed to students within 1 week. Now, we encourage you to take any professional photos of your graduate following the ceremony. Now, the photographers will also be available for individual portraits with family members after the ceremony. Follow the signs up the stairs to room 3040. Now, if that wasn't enough, we're also doing a live stream video of the ceremony right now at bcit.ca. Now, this means there's no need to capture your own video of the ceremony. The link to the professional video will remain on our website for several months. Now, you can view it again and again and again, or just download it and keep it for yourself. Now, we want to make sure this is an enjoyable occasion for everyone. So once you've texted, tweeted, or talked, please ensure that your phone is turned to silent during the ceremony. They're kind of excited out there. I can hear the buzz that's going on in the hallway, so they'll be here in just a moment. Now, our processions are about to enter the auditorium. Our piper, Vern Kennedy, will lead our faculty and platform party, followed by our soon-to-be graduates. Now, I ask you to please rise now to greet our processions and remain standing until after the singing of the national anthem. Our processions begin with our faculty and our platform party. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the class of 2019. They're not excited at all. Please remain standing and join in the singing of our national anthem led by Stephanie Standerwick.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you very much, Stephanie. Would everyone please be seated? I'd now like to ask Corey Wilson to come forward to bring a welcome from the Coast Salish people. Now, Corey is the Executive Director of Indigenous Initiatives and Partnerships at BCIT.
Thank you, everyone. As I am Kwakwaka'wakw from Northern Vancouver Island, I will give an acknowledgement to the territory that I've been fortunate enough to live, work, and play on for the last 20 years of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh people. It's so exciting. I was just saying backstage that every time I come to graduation, I always tear up. It's absolutely an outstanding day, and I'm happy to be here. For generations, Indigenous people have lived on this land, have celebrated on this land, have practiced our culture. Tomorrow is National Indigenous Peoples Day, if you're not aware of that. And tomorrow, I hope you're going to be able, because now that you've graduated, you don't have any studying to do, to enjoy and participate in Indigenous awareness activities and cultural events that you'll find all around the city. So National Indigenous Peoples Day is a great day of celebration. Your graduation is a great day of celebration. But here at BCIT, it's been a very active year for us. It's our 25th year anniversary of Indigenous services at BCIT, which is incredible. We were one of the forefront and leaders in that area. To cap it off, we've also produced an Indigenous vision that we're very proud of and excited to implement in the next couple of years. With the creation of the vision, we formalize and continue our journey to create an environment in which Indigenous learners find themselves reflected and supported across our programs, across our policies, and across our curriculum. We also continue to act on our responsibility to foster a relationship, to foster an institution that honors and acknowledges the place and space of Indigenous people in Canada, at the same time sharing our culture and sharing our knowledge with that of other non-Indigenous people, and looking to find the spirit of reconciliation and to have a way to move forward together. However, having said that, there still is a lot of work to be done. Canada has a tragic history in relations to Indigenous people, and of course we're aware of residential schools. The false act of education is what got us here, and I'm certain meaningful education is our way out. As a graduate of BCIT, you are bound for exciting careers that have limitless potential. The woman I was speaking with next door said her roommate has already gotten a job, and I hope all of you have as well, and certainly you'll realize your credentials will be something well respected out in the community. Your credentials mark you as a hard worker, a lifelong learner, and a leader. So today, on the day of your convocation, I ask that you take a moment to think about what you can do as a graduate, what you can do as a leader, what you can do as an employee in a workplace, in a community to help heal and move our nation forward. I ask that you carry the spirit of reconciliation from this institution and bring it forward to all that you do going forward. And remember, knowledge is power. It's the one thing that can never be taken away away from you, as well as your integrity. So I wish you the best, work hard, and all of the best, and enjoy today. Make sure your parents take you for dinner as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Corey. I'd now like to welcome the Indigenous Women's Ensemble, Ma Girl, who'll be performing a traditional song of welcome and celebration.
I'd like to share a song called Find Your Song. It's both in English and Cree. And what I'm saying in Cree is musical instrument. Come sing with me. And this is for all of you to honor the work that you have done and for the journey of possibilities that are going to happen for you in the future.
This one goes out to you, pal, and all you pals out there.
Hey, ah, yeah, it's a long song. Get your seat going, hey, hey. Get your seat going, get your seat going, hey, hey. Get your seat going, get your seat going, hey, hey. Get your seat going, get your seat going, hey, hey. Get your seat going. Searching for your song, melody inside. Find out what is strong. Nigamo win, nigamo done. Get your seat going, hey, hey. Get your seat going, get your seat going, hey, hey. Searching for your song, melody inside. Find out what is strong. Nigamo win, nigamo done. Get your seat going, hey, hey. Woo! All of us has a song.
All of us has a song.
All of us has a tune.
All of us has a
It's in our heart and in our bones.
It's in our heart and in our
It's in our ways. It's up to you. Get your seat going, hey, hey. Get your seat going, get your seat going, hey, hey. Get your seat going, get your seat going, hey, hey. You gotta win. You gotta win.
together from the heart, from the marrow of your bones, from the journeys of our past. Sing the future yet unknown.
Nigamo win.
Thank you very much. I would now like to introduce you to our platform party. I'll ask them to stand when I call their names and to please remain standing. Please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. Amel Bosniak, President, Alumni Association. Jennifer Figner, lesson number 1. Please hold your applause. Jennifer Figner, Chair, Education Council and Associate Vice President, Implementation and Integration. James Rout, Associate Vice President, Education Support and Innovation. Tom Romer, Vice President, Academic. Judy Chandler, Board of Governors. Roberta Jameson, Honorary Doctorate and Keynote Speaker, President and CEO, Inspire. Kathy Kinlock, President. Lisa Collins, Vice President, Students. Leela Dawson, Dean, School of Business. Donna Mackay, Registrar. Stephen Palfrey, Student Association Rep. Kevin Wainwright, Associate Dean, Broadcast and Media Communications. Susan Burgess, Associate Dean, Digital Arts. Ladies and gentlemen, your platform party. I now call upon President Kathy Kinlock for her opening remarks.
Thanks, Julia. I was just smiling because I love the broadcast people being here, and I want you to know I have a pin on, your pin on, so I feel very honored to wear that today. Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you for the first of 5 convocation ceremonies this June. At BCIT, you know, we have a vision. It's to empower people, shape BC, and inspire global progress. We pride ourselves on preparing students, including those of you graduating today, for careers in a complex and so quickly changing world. So graduates, you've earned an impressive credential, and we will recognize, don't worry, your achievements here on stage. But first, let's acknowledge some other very impressive people in the room. First of all, to the family and friends of our graduates. You've supported the grads in countless ways. It's largely because of you that they are here today. Thank you also to our faculty and staff. Your generosity is inspiring. You work so hard to get our students here each year, and I know how proud you are of them, as this is their special day for you as well. So graduates, I'm going to ask you to please stand and give a large shout out to the people in this room who've supported you. That's great. Thank you. You can be seated. So graduates, I turn now to focus on you. Thank you. Thank you for putting your faith in us. Thank you for supporting one another and for your perseverance. BCIT is not an easy road. We demand a lot, but we promise a lot. We promise graduates who achieve excellence in the field, yet are humble in character. Workers who are collaborative in spirit and inclusive in their approach. Citizens who strive for personal success and for global progress. Innovative thinkers who will solve some of the greatest issues of our time. With this group, I believe we clearly delivered on that ambitious promise. So graduates, this is a day of celebration, a moment to reflect proudly on your accomplishments and those of your fellow graduates as well. Now, I wish I had time to say a word about each of you, but I know that you really want to get on with celebrations. So even though it's nearly the longest day of the year, I won't do that to you, I promise. Instead, I'm going to recognize a couple of exceptional students. First, I want to recognize Martina Carstairs. Martina, could you please stand? And for the parents and friends and other graduates, none of them have an idea that I'm going to do this to them, so they're doing well. Martina, just thank you. Martina is graduating today in Marketing Management, Professional Sales. So this April, Martina won the 2019 Great Canadian Sales Competition, beating out more than 4,400 competitors from over 80 post-secondary schools across Canada. After 2 intense rounds of, yes. Martina, keep standing because I'm going to talk about you for a while. After 2 intense rounds of distance judging, Martina's superb sale and pitching skills, I'd love to hear them, earned her a spot as one of 24 finalists to compete in Toronto. Drawing on her BCIT expertise, Martina successfully delivered a passionate and logical case for the teaching of selling skills at post-secondary institutes, earning her unanimous praise from judges and championship title. I understand Martina's accepted a business development rep position at Galvanize, where she joins many other BCIT alum. Congratulations, Martina. Now is Nathan Szymanski. Nathan from Digital Design. Where's Nathan? Is Nathan here? All right. Oh, you're way at the back. Okay. So I'll be able to find you. In addition to being one of the top students and a role model in his cohort, Nathan was quick to volunteer his time to promote BCIT and the D3 program. Nathan managed to secure what program head Ramin Shamir calls one of the best internships in the history of the D3 program. That's pretty awesome. For his practicum, Nathan was contacted and was hired by Launch Consulting Group in Seattle. Now listen to this, which serves clients such as Google, Microsoft, Amazon, and Facebook. During his practicum, Nathan did such a great job, he's been hired there permanently. Congratulations, Nathan. Finally, I'd like to recognize Ben Ronald. Is Ben here today? Where's Ben? So Ben, during his time at BCIT, Ben brought out the best in people through his role as a newsroom leader, acted as a board member of BCIT Real Media Club, and was active in the Jacques-André French Immersion Memorial Group, and, in case you're not tired yet, captained the Poco Dukes Fast Pitch Club. I also have to mention, along with his classmate Graham Scott, Michael Paynes, and Sierra Simpson, Ben won the 2019 Media Educators National Student Award in the long documentary category with their piece, Merci, Merci, Bonjour. Congratulations, Ben. Congratulations. Excellence, collaboration, innovation. These are important values demonstrated at one time or another by all of the graduates I see before me. I'd like to introduce one more special graduate to you now. Solomai Vayasotka. Could you please stand up? Now I'd like to ask all of our graduates to return to their seat after receiving their credential and to present and be present to celebrate Solomaya's convocation. Now, how you can do that is be raucous, pretend you're at a rock star concert, I don't care, but she deserves the very best as well for her convocation and crossing the stage. So will you do that? I think this is a group that'll be noisy, it'll be great. So thank you, and for this, and for me calling you out, I'm sure you didn't want that to happen, we're gonna give you a free dinner, and it won't be at the pub, so don't worry. Thank you, you can be seated. Amongst our faculty here today is one of our 2019 BCIT Teaching Excellent Award recipients. Every year, BCIT presents a Teaching Excellent Award to an instructor from each of our schools who exemplifies teaching excellence in their field. With us this morning is Angela Baines, a faculty member in our graphic design. Angela, could you please stand? Congratulations. This isn't the first time Angela's received this award. She's received an overwhelming number of nominations, which lauded her near as an outstanding instructor and as an amazing role model. Congratulations, Angela. So graduates, the adventure's just beginning for you. The road does not end here, and neither should your education. Whether it be back at BCIT, through additional education, or in your new roles in industry, keep learning. Read, travel, talk to strangers, be curious. Most of all, have fun. You've earned it. Today marks the end of your current program, but not the end of your relationship with BCIT. We have a large and very impressive alumni body, over 185,000 so far, and we'll add you now to our group. Please stay in touch with them. You have my sincere admiration. Congratulations to all of you and to everyone who supported you to make today possible. Enjoy your day. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. I'd now like to call upon Judy Chandler, who will bring greetings on behalf of the board and introduce our Honorary Doctorate of Technology recipient and keynote speaker.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I am so delighted to be here today to congratulate the graduates and to commend our faculty and our staff on behalf of the BCIT Board of Governors. To all the students in the audience today, congratulations and well done. When you made the choice to come to BCIT, you changed the course of the future and the future of your industry. The time and hard work you have invested here and the connections that you have built will open many doors of creative careers in a dynamic field. Whether it's digital arts, marketing, or broadcast and media, employers know that when they hire a BCIT grad, they're getting someone who can hit the ground running. I know that the media landscape is rapidly changing, but also know that grads are renowned for their drive, their creativity, and their ingenuity. Whichever path you embark on, I'm confident that you have the skills to thrive. You are surrounded by family and friends who are incredibly proud of all that you've accomplished. You've also earned the confidence of your instructors because they know just what it took for you to get here today. Each of you deserves to feel enormously proud. Your time at BCIT has come to an end, but your achievements won't stop here. And we challenge you to build on everything you've learned and accomplished during your time here at BCIT. Commit yourself to making an impact within your future workplaces and within your community. So on behalf of the BCIT Board of Governors, we want to give you our warmest congratulations to you on all of your academic and personal achievements. Thank you. This morning, I also have the great pleasure of introducing our keynote speaker and honorary doctorate recipient, Roberta Jameson. As the president and CEO of Inspire, Roberta has led the delivery of over 100 million in financial support to 35,000 Indigenous students pursuing a post-secondary education. Roberta is a Mohawk woman who has enjoyed a distinguished career of many firsts. She was first Indigenous woman in Canada to earn a law degree, the first woman ombudsperson of Ontario, the first woman elected chief of 6 nations of the Grand River Territory, and the first Indigenous commissioner of the Indian Commission of Ontario. As ombudswoman for the province of Ontario, Roberta spent a decade resolving conflicts between members of the public and government. Her ambition and leadership has led to a more inclusive system of decision-making and conflict resolution. She is an officer of the Order of Canada and recipient of the YWCA's President Award and an inductee into the Women's Executive Network's Canada's Most Powerful Women Hall of Fame. Faculty, graduates, family, and friends, it's with great pleasure and honor that I bestow the Honorary Doctorate of Technology from the British Columbia Institute of Technology upon Roberta. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Roberta Jameson.
Thank you, Judy. Kathy Kinlock and Roberta are joining Judy. They're going to invest Roberta with the hood and present her with the degree certificate. Now, this signifies the conferring of the degree of Honorary Doctor of Technology to Roberta Jameson. A few more pins, a few more tucks. We're almost there. And the certificate is there. Time for a photo. There it is. Perfect. Congratulations. Thank you, Judy and Kathy. I now invite Dr. Roberta Jameson to deliver her address. This is you. Can you take me? There we are.
Good morning. Sego in my language. Welcome to everyone. And as a Mohawk in this territory, it is my responsibility to acknowledge the Tsleil-Waututh, Squamish, and Musqueam nations on whose lands we are gathered. I thank them for the privilege of being here in this territory. Congratulations to all of the graduates, and thank you to BCIT for this tremendous honor. It is so energizing to be in a room with so much potential. You can just feel the energy. It resonates, and it's a thrill to be here. I believe we're meeting today at a time of great and unprecedented opportunity for our society. And let me tell you, great change is possible. When I think of what's been accomplished since I sat where you are now, and forgive me if I don't tell you how long ago that was, I'll just pick 3 of the changes. Women now have their rights to a career and to reproductive choice protected by the courts and governments. We have same-sex marriage, and not the least change, Indigenous rights have been recognized in the Constitution, by courts, and by governments, and increasingly by Canadians. This may seem like mere history to you, but they fundamentally changed my life and the lives of all Canadians. They're examples of what Canadians can do. And I hope you understand that they're not just something to be proud of, but they're also a challenge, because frankly, it's your world now. As you start out on your careers, as you start making room for yourself and your aspirations in this world, understand that you are now the decision makers. You are now the change makers. My generation, we've had a good run, and some of us continue to run. And what we have, I hope, provided for you is a better world and a legacy that you will have to build on. No one else can do it for you. And no one else has so much to offer to the future. Have you figured out how to do it? You will. I believe the Creator has given all of you a toolkit to start that job with. You may be great leaders, great team players, singers, writers, fantastic broadcasters. And I can relate to that as the executive producer of a television special. It's quite a changing world. Take stock of what's in your toolkit. Everyone has one. Become aware of it and nurture it and discover what your talents are. I hope that has already happened for many of you during your stay here at BCIT. Its reputation as an incubator of educational success and job placement are a valued currency that you can cash in wherever you go in this world. BCIT is also to be applauded for its commitment to reconciliation. It's real. And I commend BCIT for its Indigenous vision released last month, which is a framework for action, more than words, for action and accountability on reconciliation. I like what it says. Truth is the foundation. Indigenization is the action. Reconciliation is the goal. Well, it's a new word for many people, indigenization. It means a number of things. Hiring sufficient numbers of Indigenous staff so that they can become a critical mass. Recruiting, retaining, and supporting Indigenous students with not just a welcoming atmosphere, but with housing, courses, indigenized courses, and faculty advisors who recognize them for who they are. Hiring Indigenous peoples who are deciding how funding for target research is distributed, who gets research chairs, and how academic success is measured. These may seem like extraordinary measures, and there's a much longer list. But frankly, in Canada, extraordinary measures were taken to exclude First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people from education. For example, not too many years ago, our people were required to sign away our rights to achieve a post-secondary degree. That's our Canada, but it no longer is our Canada. As you sit here this morning, you are a shining example of the fact that education is the key to everyone's future. For Indigenous people, it is the way that we will build the leaders and leadership that our communities need. And as now Senator Murray Sinclair said when he was Chief Commissioner of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, education's what got us into this mess, and it will be education that gets us out. Of course, he was referring to the residential school experience. Well, Inspire, the national charity that I am so proud to be president and CEO of, our task is to make that education accessible for Indigenous people. You've heard we provide bursaries and scholarships. We're supporting teachers in classroom. We're encouraging our young people to stay in school and complete high school. Last year, $14.2 million, almost 5,000 First Nations and Inuit Métis students, and 90% of the students we support graduate. They are engineers, they are doctors, they are teachers, they are nurses. They are in all manner of Canadian society and profession. Well, it's now time to take action, time for Canadians everywhere to show that they're willing to make the structural changes that will eliminate the pernicious effects that colonialism has had on First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people, who continue to be Canada's fastest growing demographic group. The Truth and Reconciliation Commission, and more recently, the National Inquiry into Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women, shone a necessary light on the devastating problems caused by colonialism. And they are foundations on which we together can build the Canada that we all want to see. Both are wake-up calls, important opportunities for you and I and our country. They're a reminder that issues relating to Indigenous people need to remain top of mind. Leaders need to show their communities that reciprocity is not a zero-sum game. When Indigenous people succeed, it does not come at the expense of everyone else. This is not a limited pie that we're trying to divide. Real success is more like a rising tide that raises all boats. That one person's achievements make my own achievements more possible. And people today want to see real change in real time. And that's the gift that education can provide. But you'll need something else if you're going to succeed. My own traditional teachings talk about the necessity of having a good mind. That means not getting sucked into unhealthy cycles where we criticize things, but we don't offer ideas or solutions. Having a good mind is a dynamic attitude that engages with the present and with the future as it evolves. Having a good mind is going to be a key to all of our futures. So every day, graduates, wherever you meet negativity, when you see things that disturb you, like polarization or racism, you cannot be consumed by that energy. It can be toxic, and you won't be able to bring your constructive self to bear. You won't be able to bring your gifts to bear. This I have learned from personal experience. Keeping a good mind has been an incredible source of energy for me through my whole career. And we need also to support one another and to empower one another if we're going to make Canada a better place. That's where leadership comes in. Above all, we need to walk our talk. You're in a very powerful position, graduates. Right now, as you take the next step on the path of your career journey, you're in such a powerful place to create an inclusive society that builds relationships empowered by mutual respect and keeping a good mind. So, let's join hands together as we look out into the future of transformational change you and I and we are all going to build. I look forward to seeing all of you in the days and years to come as our trails cross in the better world, which you, its architects and builders, will leave to your children. I say a particular Nyawagoa to BCIT and all of you for your very warm welcome and the tremendous honor that you have done today for me. Nyawagoa, congratulations. Thank you for listening to my words.
Thank you very much, Roberta, for that inspiring speech. I heard truth, I heard positivity, I heard good mind. Beautiful messages, and especially apt for a lot of the journalists and broadcasters in the room. Thank you very, very much. Now, as you can see, there's some action happening on the floor. We're coming to that exciting moment when our graduates are about to whip around and cross the stage. And here's the process we'll be following. The students leave the auditorium and return through the side door on my left. They hand me their credential, I will read their name, and then I'll return the credential. Then our graduates will shake a few hands as they cross the stage. Kathy Kinlock, Dr. Roberta Jameson, Judy Chandler, Tom Romer, Lisa Collins, the dean of their school, and our Alumni Association rep who will gift them with their BCIT pin. Now, you may also see faculty members coming forward to join the line and shake the hands of the students they have instructed and supported over their time here. The special connection between our students and our faculty is an important part of the BCIT experience. Graduates will then exit the theater via stage right and be directed to a special area where our professional photographers will be waiting to take a photo of them with their credential. Graduates will then be directed back to their seat. Now, as Kathy mentioned earlier, we want to make sure that all of our graduates, from the first to cross the stage to our final graduate, are equally and respectfully acknowledged as they receive their credential. So we ask graduates to please return to your seats and, along with all of our guests, continue to be present and recognize your fellow graduates in their important moment. So would our platform party please take their places to congratulate our graduates? I'm looking to my left. It looks like, okay, we are ready to roll. And just a quick disclaimer, I'm a broadcaster, not a linguist, but I'm going to do my best. School of Business, Leela Dawson Dean, Diploma Broadcast and Online Journalism. Welcome, Michael Beck.
Hello, hello.
Aya Banassa with distinction. That means an average of over 80%. Well, good morning, Noah Bergstrom. There you are, sir. Hello. Jenny Cameron with distinction. Hello, sir. You guys are so fast. Graham Cox with distinction. Well, good morning. I gotta need to look at that. Sorry. Natalia Cuevas Waiko. Well, good morning. How are you, sir? Austin Sarowinski is in the house. Good morning and hello. Shrishti Gangdev with distinction. Well, hello, Catherine. Catherine Elizabeth Garrett. Well, hello. Kareem Gouda with distinction. Good morning. Nice to see you, Aaron Preston Gillen with distinction. Good morning. This is always my favorite, Sean James Holden. Smile for your fans with distinction. There you go. Good morning, Laura. Laura Christine Johnson with distinction. Very nice. Well, hello. Nice to see you, Joshua David Kilner with distinction. Good morning. Matthew Lawson. There you are, sir. Well, hello, everybody's looking. Jeffrey Spencer Mallow. Well, hello, I didn't see your middle name. Jason Pierre Manoise. There you are, sir. Good morning, congratulations. Darian Matassa Fong. Ashley Moliere with distinction. Rockin' the shoes. Rockin' the shoes is Sahil Morar. Hello. My goodness, Daniel Mountain with distinction. Good morning, Ash. Okay. Ash Murney is in the house. Sean Murphy. Congratulations. Oh, we're just running across the stage. Michael Alexander Penez with distinction. Thank you, sure. Mr. Riley Reduc is in the house. You'll be needing this, Riley Reduc. There you go. Amadullah Rahman, how nice to see you. You've already heard of him once, Benjamin Ronald with distinction. There you go. Congratulations. Good morning. How nice to see you. Owen Taylor Simpson. Oh my goodness. Are you recording this? Sierra Darlene Simpson? This is awesome. Emily Vance with distinction. Congratulations. Hello. And Daria Zargar with distinction. Hello. All right. And from Radio Arts and Entertainment, Matthew Blockberger with distinction. Aiton Olsen Bundrock. There you are, sir. Perfect. We're running. Everyone's running tonight. William Cook with distinction. Tyler Cron Silver. You're going to want to keep that. You're going to want to keep that. Jadranka Duganska. Judranka Dugansik with distinction. Knit. Vincent Knit. Congratulations. Hannah Gorton with distinction. Brooke Graham with distinction. Amara Hundle. Still need the diploma. Okay. Selena Yang. Good morning. Good morning, Jordan Kiss. Hello, Emerson. Hello, I'm great. How are you? Here's Emerson Marshall. Good morning. Mahak Munir. Good morning, Sydney Taylor Parker. Sydney Taylor Parker. Kimanjeet Singh Sakan with distinction. Hello, Elvin. Can I just say Fluente? Elvin Cisco. Justin Salpico. Justin Salpico. Connor Svensrud. Mitchell Swanson. Mitchell Swanson is in the house. Still need the diploma. There it is. Hello, Cole Waldy. Cole Waldy. Thank you, sir. Good morning. Echo Wang. Murad Ziyadeh. Excellent, Joshua Abdallah. Diploma, Television and Video Production, Joshua Abdallah with distinction. Thank you, monsieur. Good morning, Theodore Abrahamson. Ludmila Barrows with distinction. Estela Aradha with distinction. Natalia Arujulima with distinction. Kaylin Bodden with distinction. Thank you. Good morning. Corey Brown. Corey Brown with distinction. Good morning. Tom Cohen. Tom Cohen with distinction. Hello. You are also recording, I think. Okay, hang on. Brandon Robert. All of those names, all four names. Brandon Robert Alexander Crema with distinction. Good morning. Terry William Cousineau with distinction. Thank you, sir. Hello. Sarah Catherine Devlin. Very nice. Grayson Daniels. Antonio Ryan Furia with distinction. Good morning. Spencer Keenan Lachlan Fissette with distinction. Let's see how we're doing here. Give some love to the audience here. Talon James Gordon. Charles Oscar Jeffers with distinction. Taylor Johansson with distinction. Very nice. Hello, Arav Kataria with distinction. Mary Frances Knowles. Congratulations. Hello, Dominique Kwok. Dominic Kwok with distinction. Hello. No running. Heng Chun Lin. Heng Chun Lin. Thank you. Good morning. And we have Isaiah Noah. Turn around, Isaiah Noah Lopez. There you go. Thank you so much. Tyler Stephen McDonald with distinction. Thank you. Kenneth Robert McKenzie. Walter Hugh McFarland with distinction. There it is. Good morning. I'm fantastic. Molika? Bradley Michael Molika with distinction. Congratulations. Hello. Oh, Zahira Kareem Nirani, of course. Zahira Kareem Nirani. Aurora Lynn Peters. Congratulations. Hello. Ryla. Amy Ryla with distinction. Well, hello. Oh, Brighton Aaron Ronquist with distinction. Holden Thomas Joe Sasaki with distinction. Congratulations. Schmidt. Matt Schmidt with distinction. Thank you, sir. Eric Aldwin Tagayon with distinction. Thank you, sir. Michael Tagara with distinction. Debbie Wong with distinction. Very nice. Vivian Wong. Thank you. Jeremy Young with distinction. Shun Yao Zhang. There you are. Congratulations. So John Derek Almazora. With a diploma in digital design and development, John Derek Almazora with distinction. Carmen Chang with distinction. Brian Chang. There you are, sir. Brian Chu. Kira Justin Chung with distinction. Matei Chukana with distinction. Very nice. Sean Nicholas Cunningham with distinction. April Joy Delfino. Roxana Yurik Del Sarto. Madison Amber Chelsea Godden with distinction. Good morning. First name? Juno Goe. Juno Goe with distinction. Good morning, Arisa Harata. Good morning. Yong Jan Jung. Here you are, sir. Marcela Martinez. Marina Matviva. There you are. Patrick Harry Moreno with distinction. Thank you. Win. Hong Dai Win with distinction. Nathaniel Orabello with distinction. For you, sir. Jimena Sarren. Excellent. Hello, Sierra Taylor Shush. Excellent. Hi. Yulim Sao. Yulim Sao with distinction. Good morning. And you are Sir Richard Gregory Smith. There you are, sir. Good morning. Evian Sopra Messana with distinction. Good morning, Marco. Say again. Marco Jokro with distinction. Jimmy Trong with distinction. Good morning. Hong Yu with distinction. Good morning, Nathan Zemansky with distinction. Good morning. Oh, I've got a whole bunch to read. School of Business Digital Arts, Susan Burgess, Associate Dean, the Diploma in Graphic Communications Technology Management. Bao E Cow. Thank you so much for your help. This is a good one. Tia Pa Chalomikiat. Whew. Good morning. Or Drucker. You're welcome. Hello. Aaron Cole Iglesias. Thank you, sir. Good morning. Zen Hao Lu. Good morning. Glenn Van Trong. Last name? No? Glenn Van Trong, no. Hello, how are you doing then? Lin Wen. There you are, sir. Good morning. Kevin Polanco. Kevin Polanco. There you are. Good morning, Ryan Ruxton. Ryan Ruxton. Congratulations. Good morning, Sin Young Se. Xiao Ming Wang. Megan Yee with distinction. In the Joint BCIT Emily Carr Certificate for Communication Design Essentials, this is Mark Kevin Tadine Evangelista with distinction. You're welcome. Good morning. Shirley Fiera. Thank you. Good morning. Vanessa DeFreitas. Vanessa Micio de Freitas with distinction. Good morning. She says an easy one. Yes, Laura Emma Turner with distinction. In a certificate for media techniques and marketing communications, Elizabeth Just with distinction. For you. Good morning, Nadia Chavin. Okay. In a certificate with media techniques for business, Nadia Shaban with distinction. Hello, Claire Yoon. Claire Yoon with distinction. With a certificate in New Media Design and Web Development, Roxana Reisner. I think that's with distinction. Yes, don't forget that. You worked hard for that. 80% plus. Here we go. With a diploma in Marketing Management Entrepreneurship Option, Adele Antonio Aceves. Ajol Ajala. There you are, sir. Good morning. Here we go, another test. Cassian Burkhan de Carviajo. Now Casano. There you are, sir. Taylor Del Giudice. Brianna Del Maestro with distinction. Hello. And Kenton Duncan with distinction. Good morning. Fernando Lacauco with distinction. Ming Chun Ling. Thank you very much. Hello, Megan Holly Morrow. Good morning. Alexander Nye. Good work. Hello. Susan Patricia Oliver. You're welcome. Christian Johannes Overes. Case Christian Johannes Overes with distinction. Thank you so much. Deja Robertson. Deja Robertson. Lovely. How are you, sir? Lucas Rodakowski. Lucas Rodakowski. There you are, sir. Ben Christian Williams. Hang Zhao Wang. Yanji Yu. For you. Good morning. Diploma in Marketing Management, Marketing Communication Option, Sarah Andriola. Annabelle Engel. Heather Arnold. Louisa Canberra with distinction. Connor Christopher Chandra. There you are, sir. Carol Chen. Congratulations. Carmina Cordero. Very nice. Kara Embry with distinction. Very nice. Ryan Francis. You're welcome. Rebecca Garcia. Sally Hang. Jordan Holden. You better help me. Yulia Ismailova. Easy peasy. Here we go. Shannon Jones. Thank you very much. Aisley Justin Komatsu Treherne. Natalia Korchanova with distinction. Julia Lee. For you. Jason Ling is in the house. Anna Lou with distinction. Caitlin McPherson with distinction. Kylie McRae with distinction. Emma Wynn with distinction. Just Max. Just Max. Here's Max. Oh, he doesn't help me with that. Omalaniak. Close enough, he tells me. Okay, thank you, sir. Good morning, Jennifer Noel Onstein. Jennifer Noel Onstein. Cora Pang. Cora Pang. Hello, Alexa Katrina Petropavlis. Okay, Alexis Katrina Petropavlis. Good morning. Maria Plish. There you are. Hello, hello. Anacleto Pratis. There you are. Good morning, Trisha Reynolds. Trisha Ann Reynolds. How are you, Caitlin Shore? Caitlin Shore with distinction. You're welcome. Hello, hello. Some Veronica Sheehan. Veronica Sheehan with distinction. Good morning, Oliver Edward Smith. Oliver Edward Smith. Alexandra Nicole Spears. Alexandra Nicole Spears with distinction. Caitlin Stenofsky. Good morning, Anna Yurazova. Anna Yurazova with distinction. You're welcome. Hello, Anthony Van Veerkamp. Anthony Paul Veerkamp. Caitlin Eve Walters. For you. Melissa Ye. Thank you. Sharon Zakar Hagrahihi. With distinction. With a diploma in marketing management, professional real estate option, Bikram Shahal. Mackenzie Storm Devlin. Alec Forsyth. Thank you very much. Wahita Kwok. Good morning, Joshua Lomax. Joshua Lomax. Good morning, Amber Caitlin Mader. Amber Caitlin Mader. Katie Wen. Good morning. Okay, Calvin Peter Pazderick. Calvin Peter Pazderick. For you. Good morning. Ryan Rajiv Singh. For you. Tommy Tew. Jalina Yang with distinction. Good morning. Oh, we have a new diploma and a new name, Emilio Angel. Excellent. With a diploma in marketing management, professional sales option, Emilio Angel. There you are. Good morning. Sorry. Tyler Badgley. Good morning. How are you, Sir Ryan Bassey? Ryan Bassey is doing awesome this morning. Good morning, Frederick Bosrup. Freddie Bosrup. Congrats. Good morning. Martina Christina Carstairs. For you. Excellent. How are you, Sir Patrick Cassidy? Patrick Cassidy. Hello. Johnny Chang. Johnny Chang. Good morning. Hi, fantastic. How are we doing here? Clemente. Michael James Clemente. There you go. Good morning. How's it going? Arian Eschbach. Arian Eschbach. Good morning. Kusander. Of course, Justin Howard Kusander. Good morning. Connor Leduc. Connor Leduc. There you are, Connor. Excellent. Hi. Shuang Liang. Shuang Liang. Trevor Lucas McKay. Trevor Lucas McKay. You're welcome. Hello, hello. Carissa Montecasey. For you. Hello, sir. Nolan Morris. Nyang Wing. Oh, you're gonna want this. Alexander Mark Scott. There you are. Good morning, good morning. Sigsworth. Megan Lynn Sigsworth. Hello. Jesse Uppal. Hello. Faye Wong. Taylor Eileen Wynn. Charlie Yu. Here's Charlie Yu. Thank you. Ariel Batidas. Okay. With a diploma in marketing management, tourism management option, Ariel Batidas. Ella Canning with distinction. Good morning. Crystal Chu. Crystal Chu. Hello. Anna Dearden? Yes. Emma Samantha Dearden. Chang Han Wang. Motia. There you are. Good morning. Andrew William Johns with distinction. Elsie Kim. Caitlin Lettingham with distinction. You're welcome. Good morning. Sharon Ma. Welcome. Hello. Manuela Markman. Megan Catherine Michaud. Emily Morrow. Melanie Hong Tho Nyan Don. Kylie Peters with distinction. Good morning, Rachel Themin. Rachel Themin. Audrey Nun Hong Tren with distinction. You're welcome. Emma Mae Truman. Vanus. Thomas Robert Van Nuss. Marnie Weinstein. I love this name. Yao Yao with distinction. With a certificate in marketing management, Karina Duarte del Amorem. For you. Delmise Consuelo Pandara Sanchez with distinction. Ronaldo Ruminik with distinction. Come on down. We're almost there. Here we are. Trinidad Machado. Eric Trendaji Machado. Christian Yumi Fukuoka with distinction. How are we doing? Federica Belote. With a certificate in marketing management, marketing communications option, Federica Belote with distinction. Maria del Pilar Monsalve Carabello with distinction. Yelena Sarcevic with distinction. Good morning. Gabriel Souza. With a certificate in marketing management professional sales option, Juan Pablo Stefalana with distinction. Oh my, look who's here. Solamina Wysocka. Give her a big round of applause. Yay! Oh my goodness, I really loved meeting every single one of you. That was fantastic, thank you so much. Now I'm just filling a little bit of time while we try to get some of our grads back in their chairs because they're going back for their professional photos backstage. And I wanted to remind you that image previews along with optional order information will be emailed and mailed to students within the next week. Phew, are you having fun? Yeah? I should hope so. Your graduates of 2019, the big moment is coming up here. I think it's time to ask Jennifer Figner, the chair of our Education Council, to please come forward. Pay attention here.
Good morning. What a wonderful, enthusiastic start to this convocation season. This has been a great, great ceremony. As Julia said, we're just waiting for our last few graduates to be able to come back in from having their professional photos done. Throughout the year, it's the role of Education Council to advise BCIT's Board of Governors on a variety of educational policies, priorities, and programs. We're the group responsible for reviewing new programs and changes to our existing programs to make sure we're keeping up to date with what's going on in industry. We help set criteria for awards that some of you received yesterday, academic standing, and of course those exams that everybody knows and loves. Through this, it means we're involved in many aspects of the programs that you have all completed in order to earn your certificates, diplomas, and degrees here today. Now this morning, as Chair of Education Council, I get to do the fun part. So graduates, I'm going to ask that you stand, please, one more time. And flip the tassel on your cap to the left-hand side. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of 2019.
Whew. All right, I know you probably don't have your hat back, but please be seated. Whew. I would now like to welcome Amal Bosniak, President of the BCIT Alumni Association, of which you are now a member. Come on down.
Good morning, everyone. So I've shook everybody's hand here today. Just think about that. Feels like yesterday that I was sitting where you guys are all now, eager to take on the world and wondering where my career would lead me. And I have to say, thanks to BCIT, it's been a pretty incredible journey. On behalf of the BCIT Alumni Association, I want to congratulate each and every one of you. Today, you are growing family of BCIT alumni, now 185,000 strong. Might be 186 soon. BCIT alumni are everywhere, in every sector, conquering today's complex world. Our alumni are true examples of why BCIT matters. This year, the Alumni Association is celebrating its 40th anniversary, and we kicked off by launching our first international chapter in Hong Kong. There are hundreds of very proud BCIT alumni living in Hong Kong, and even more in the surrounding region. So now, as a graduate of BCIT, you are a member of the BCIT Alumni Association, and whether you work here in British Columbia, or in Hong Kong, or anywhere in between, we are committed to helping you succeed in your career and stay connected to BCIT. So please stay in touch with the Alumni Association, your fellow alumni, and your instructors. These are the people who can be an amazing network of support to you now and throughout your careers. As you cross the stage to receive your credential, I presented each of you with an alumni pin. Those of you who didn't try to get past me really fast and I grabbed you, we hope you wear it with pride and you know will always be part of the BCIT community. And now it's my distinct pleasure to introduce to you your valedictorian, Case Oversee.
Good morning and bonjour. Welcome, esteemed guests, platform party, family, friends, the wonderful BCIT faculty, and of course, the graduates of 2019. It's an honor to be standing up here today as your representative and delivering the valedictorian address. So thank you all for being here to celebrate a very significant achievement. Not only the fact that we're crossing the threshold from BCIT into the real world, but the simple fact that we survived it. That's right, we did it. I don't know about you, but I also haven't gotten up this early since the day of the last final exam. So, the bags. As I'm sure our family and friends are aware, at BCIT, it's it's a grind. And yet this is actually what the real world is like. Isn't this why many of us decided to brave this esteemed institution, affectionately referred to as BCIT Boot Camp? I know many of you were offered jobs even before we began our finals. BCIT works, and now you're ready to hit the ground running. With such a diverse grad class, I know that many of these jobs will span a wide range of industries. We have students here today from broadcast and media communications. I wonder where they are. Digital arts. There you go. And last but certainly not least, 5 options of the marketing management program. All right. There it is. All of us here together have the power to make a difference in not only our own lives, but others as well. The piece of paper you've received today validates the last 2 years of blood, sweat, and tears. It will also allow you to do many a great thing you may have never dreamed of. I encourage you, as you navigate your respective industries, to live in the moment. The oldest sayings are the truest, and it is truly about the journey and not the destination. I was fortunate to learn this lesson before I ever started at BCIT. In fact, my journey began at a different post-secondary institution entirely, the Justice Institute of BC. You see, I used to think that I wanted to be a police officer. I spent a year in law enforcement studies in their diploma program before realizing this was not my path. I decided that I didn't want to be known as Case the Cop. So it didn't help either that when dealing with most people in this line of work, they're generally not very happy to see you. So I made sure to jump into a different career path entirely, one in which this never happens, as your friendly neighborhood insurance broker. For the 5th time, sir, I'm not personally ICBC. So after working for 2 years as an auto plan rep and then a commercial broker, my cubicle began to close in around me. So I gave my 2 weeks notice, and on 2 weeks to the day, I made another completely rational decision. Let's drive solo across Canada while sleeping in my car in the middle of winter. So sometimes it's your experiences that teach you the important lessons. For example, Thunder Bay taught me that at negative 41 degrees Celsius, the insides of your nostrils freeze in less than 5 seconds. So upon my return from this adventure, I was home, but yet still lost. It was at this time that my best friend helped me make the life-changing decision to attend BCIT. He was wrapping up his first year of the professional sales option in the marketing management program, and his face lit up whenever he spoke about it. Yada, 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 I'm standing here with you today. We did it. So the yada yada is comprised of dozens of friendships that were formed, hundreds of memories that were made, and many exams that were crammed for. I'd like to personally thank Brianna Del Maestro for being the reason I graduated with distinction. So the final and my biggest yada is Enactus, and for those of you who don't know, and I'm sure it isn't many as I love to talk about it, Enactus is a global social entrepreneurship organization that sees business as an opportunity to solve real problems in communities around the world. Poverty, access to clean water, and food waste are just a few examples of these. So I had the privilege to lead the Enactus BCIT team this year as president after starting out as a co-project manager of Raw Solutions in my first year. Raw Solutions is a prime example of social enterprise. So for example, working with BCIT engineering students, we were coming up with a viable business plan to sell affordable solar dehydrators to farmers in developing nations so that they can then dehydrate the 70% of their crops that would otherwise go to waste. With the average farmer in Guatemala, for example, making approximately $1,200 Canadian per year, this secondary revenue stream would be life-changing. So more now than ever before, the future of business in our world relies on the management of the thin triple bottom line. Not only profits, but people, and more importantly, our planet. I'd like to end this lengthy speech with a brief Greek proverb. A society grows great when people plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in. Be kind to others, plant your seeds, and just have fun doing it. A huge round of applause for the graduating class of 2019.
Thank you, Case. Case, the folks who nominated you for valedictorian have some nice things to say about you. Don't look so worried. and I'd like to share them with our audience, if that's okay. Case is top-notch, high-achieving, dedicated student with a social entrepreneurial spirit, and you can pick that up. He's one of the most engaged students in the School of Business, and he really understands what it takes to be successful in everything he undertakes. A nominator wrote, as president of Enactus, Case has worked to close a gap between marketing, business management, finance, and engineering students. Case sees Enactus as a place to break down student silos on campus and to share expertise across programs in order to create projects and positivity across the community. Case, is clear that you have the values. You value excellence, innovation, diversity, respect, collaboration, and humor, which is good. These are all values shared by the BCIT community. You've been a huge asset to BCIT during your time here, and we're so proud to have you as an alumnus. Please accept this gift as a token of our appreciation. Let's give him another round of applause.
Thank you, Case and Kathy. Now it's time to celebrate with our graduates, but before they go, just a couple of little reminders. Leader Frames is available just outside in the hall if you would like to have your credential professionally framed today. Goldfish Photo Booth, always popular, is also in the foyer for instant photos and social media sharing. Artona will be available for studio portraits of graduates and their families located upstairs in room 340. I also want to remind you that a video of today's ceremony will be available online in about a day or two. Go to bcit.ca/convocation and you'll be directed from there. Now, everyone's invited to join us for refreshments following this ceremony. The reception will be held in the gymnasium across from the auditorium. Graduates, please try to return the gowning area before you go to the reception. And please, everybody runs out into the lobby and they're so busy hugging and kissing and taking photos that they kind of clog up in front of the door. So we ask you to spread your joy just a little further down the halls. Take your photos, do everything you need to do, but don't stand right by the doors. Thank you to all of our volunteers and staff for all of their efforts. And lastly, a note to those who just crossed the stage. You have completed a chapter of your journey. Congratulations. We hope that BCIT continues to be a part of your future as you grow and develop in your chosen field. I wish you the very best, and a special shout out to my journalism students. It's been my honor and my joy working with you over the past few years, and I can't wait to see you out in industry. Our processions will now leave the auditorium. First, the platform party, followed by faculty, and then our graduates. I now ask everyone to stand and remain standing until our graduates have departed. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2019.